Most apartment gardening content isn't really about growing food. It's about the idea of growing food. A small pot of basil on a windowsill, a decorative tomato plant that produces 3 cherry tomatoes and looks good on Instagram, a few herb cuttings in jars that survive for a month and then fade out. That's not food production. It's a hobby that looks like food production. And the reason most apartment gardens stay there isn't because the space is too small. It's because the approach treats containers like decoration instead of like a system. A real apartment garden, one that actually produces food you eat, looks different from the start. It's built around output. It uses the right container sizes, grows crops that produce continuously, and uses vertical space that most people ignore. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build an apartment garden that produces real food. Not a handful of herbs, but pounds of vegetables across a full season from a balcony, patio, or even a south-facing window. The first thing to get right is containers, and this is where most setups fail before they even start. Small pots don't produce real food. A 6-inch pot of basil gives you a few leaves. A 12-inch pot of that same basil produces continuously for months because the roots have room to expand. For any crop you want real yield from, the minimum is about 5 gallons, roughly 12 inches wide and deep. For tomatoes, peppers, and squash, 10 gallons or more is better. The more root space, the more the plant can produce. Fabric grow bags are the simplest and most effective option. They're inexpensive, lightweight, drain well, and allow airflow to the roots, which prevents the root binding problems that plastic pots create. Fill them with a proper potting mix, not garden soil. Garden soil compacts and suffocates roots in containers. A mix of coco coir or peat, perlite, and compost creates the balance you need. I wasted my first season using small decorative pots. Nothing produced. The plants dried out in hours, roots hit the walls in weeks, and growth stalled. The season I switched to 5 and 10-gallon grow bags. The same crops produced multiple times more food in the exact same space. Container size isn't a detail, it's the foundation. The second shift is crop selection, and this is where most people waste space without realizing it. Not every vegetable earns its place in a container. Crops that take up space but only produce once are inefficient in small setups. What you want are crops that produce continuously and give you repeated harvests. Cherry tomatoes are one of the highest yield choices. A single plant in a 10-gallon container can produce hundreds of tomatoes over a season. Peppers are similar. One plant can give you 8 to 15 fruits. Lettuce and salad greens are even more efficient when grown densely and harvested, cut, and come again. One shallow container can produce daily greens for weeks. Herbs are one of the highest return crops you can grow. Basil, cilantro, parsley, chives, because they keep producing and replace something you would otherwise buy constantly. Bush beans are another underrated option. Fast, productive, and easy to replant. The pattern is simple. Long production window, repeat harvests, high output per container. That's what turns a small space into a productive one. The third shift is vertical space, and this is where apartment gardens start to outperform expectations. Most people think in terms of floor space, what fits on a balcony, a windowsill, a corner, but the real space isn't horizontal, it's vertical. Walls, railings, shelves, and overhead areas are all usable growing zones. A simple trellis turns 1 square foot of floor space into 6 feet of growing area. Pole beans climbing a railing produce pounds of food from a single container tucked into a corner. Cucumbers trained upward produce cleaner fruit and take up less space. Even a tomato trained vertically uses space more efficiently than one spreading outward. Hanging planters add another layer entirely, strawberries, herbs, trailing crops, all without using any floor space. When you stop thinking in squares and start thinking in layers, your available space multiplies instantly. I added a simple string trellis to my balcony railing and grew pole beans for 1 season. That single container produced more food than everything else on the balcony combined, and it took up the least space. The fourth piece is water and nutrients, because containers behave very differently than ground soil. Containers dry out quickly, especially in summer when heat reflects off concrete and walls. A full-size plant in a 10-gallon bag can need water every day, sometimes twice a day in extreme heat. If it dries out completely, the plant stresses immediately. There's no deep soil to buffer it. The simplest solution is consistency. Check moisture daily. Water deeply until it drains. A drip system on a timer can automate this completely. Nutrients also move differently in containers. Every time water drains through, it carries nutrients with it. That means container soil needs regular feeding. A liquid fertilizer every 2 weeks makes a noticeable difference. Early in growth, use a balanced mix. Once plants begin flowering, switch to something higher in phosphorus to support fruit production. I underfed my plants for 2 seasons because I assumed the soil mix would last. It didn't. Once I started consistent feeding, production from the same containers nearly doubled. That one adjustment turned average plants into productive ones. And finally, here's the setup that pulls everything together. The highest output system for a small apartment space. A simple tiered shelving unit against a sunny wall. A basic 4-tier wire shelf takes up about 4 square feet of floor space, but across 4 levels it can hold 8 to 12 containers, larger containers on the bottom for tomatoes and peppers, medium containers in the middle for beans, herbs, or compact crops, shallow containers on top for greens that benefit from direct light. Same footprint, multiple layers of production. I ran this exact setup for a full season. 2 tomato plants, peppers and beans on the middle levels, greens and herbs on top. Total space on about 4 square feet. Total production, over 30 pounds of food. That's more than many beginner backyard gardens produce in 10 times the space. And that's the real shift. The apartment isn't the limitation, the system is. Once you design for output instead of appearance, even a small balcony can produce real food consistently. What surprised me most after running this system wasn't just the yield, it was how predictable it became. Once the containers, crops, and watering were dialed in, the garden stopped feeling experimental and started feeling reliable. You know when something will be ready. You know how much you can harvest each week. And that predictability changes how you think about growing food in a small space. It's no longer a side project. It becomes something you can actually plan around. You start adjusting what you grow based on what you use most. You start refining spacing, timing, and placement without needing more room. And over time, the system gets easier, not harder. Because once the structure is in place, you're not reinventing anything. You're just repeating what already works.